Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host, Sky. We got your host, Jace and Damien in the building. CJ, he's not here today, but I'm pretty sure he'll be back next week. How y'all doing? We didn't have, well, one championship did go on, but typically we would wait for CJ for that because I know that he watched the whole
Mm,
thing. I know
yeah.
y'all see Jace over there going crazy. He all excited because the 49ers came back by the hair and the chinny chin chins.
You know, there was no doubt, minus the no doubt part. I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating like a whore
hmm
in church. I was like,
Sweating
oh my
bullets.
god, and I'm already robust, so I'm already a little looby.
Whoa.
Pause.
Whoa. Whoa. Welcome to the
That's
podcast.
personal for me,
Welcome to the
right? Yeah.
podcast. Welcome to the
Welcome to the
podcast.
podcast where you know. So I mean, the weekend was quiet, which was kind of nice, right? Like it's nice if
Yeah.
like even though we coming off 3 weeks, and leading into January, like it was nice just to have like a weekend off. During that time, I don't know if y'all had seen, but like John Anik was saying a lot of the things that I was saying about like the MMA fan base, and was just
The
like,
community
man,
in general, yep.
yeah. And then like he ended up apologizing like 2 days ago or whatever, and I
He
was
didn't
like,
need to apologize.
don't apologize.
He's just speaking
Listen,
his mind. Just being
everything,
real.
everything that like I felt and like kind of like was like, yeah, that's true. All about the money. All about the money. He yielded. Uncle Dana,
hmm
what's this motherfucker's number? Hold on. Eh, eh. Uh, I don't know about y'all, but I know I'm extremely disappointed that he apologized for it.
Yeah, I wish he wouldn't have, because he was keeping it 100, and all the fighters that were up under his post was like, don't apologize. It's
hmm
toxic out here. Like,
It
and I don't
really
even
is
think
though.
the fans realize how toxic they are.
The toxicity of our city. What?
No. Shout out to
Yeah,
System of a Down.
facts. So y'all then agree with John Annick's comments about it?
100%.
Yeah,
Sky had been talking about it.
yeah,
But then it's like that balance, right? Because also people like I feel like the fans are being almost provoked a little bit by certain fighters. Is that fair?
no.
No, you just think they're just
Mm.
out there just setting oil on fire because.
I think the fans are young. Like think about like let's use the NFL as an example. The NFL is what 75 years old or something like that, 75 plus, however old, right? And you have grandpas and uncles and more mature adults who watch the sport. MMA fan base feels very young still. Yes,
hmm
there's an older generation, but that generation isn't necessarily on the internet like that. You know what I mean? So like it feels very young, and it feels very just like of what the social media times are as compared to if I go inside like ESPN comments up under a basketball or football. Like the fan base is just different. Like the way that they talk
hmm
and interact with the fighter, I mean with the players or whatever, it's just different. I just think that it's hard to be out here.
Pause.
That's why some of the fighters that we dislike be having so much clout and shit lately because that's the fans resonate with that type of person. Sean
Yeah,
Strickland.
yeah.
Wait. Who dislikes Sean Strickland?
A lot of me,
No.
100%.
Okay.
I stand on it.
That's wild. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But like the ignorant shit that he be saying and stuff, the fans be riding with it. You know what I mean? It's just like that, and it's just the shit's weird. The MMA community can be corny as hell at sometimes, but at the same time, you have the real fans who are mature and shit, and that would respect anybody that steps in that cage and not talk shit
Yeah.
simply because they're there entertaining us, right? But then when people like try to downplay a person's skill set and shit, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just commentary, it's just banter and shit. But man, some of the fans be wilding though, trying to
Yeah.
fight people in the comment section, and they ain't
Yeah.
even throw a punch in their life.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You got people coming up to gyms fighting Kevin Holland and fighting like who else? There's been
hmm
a couple of fighters who are fighting these trolls. I'm like, y'all people,
Sean
you have
Strickland.
people, yeah, you got people sitting at home really thinking they about to come up here and beat up a professional fighter. Like, they're nuts.
I don't know where they get it.
Hey, little Jim Bean Courage, you heard? Little Jack Courage, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. So what do y'all then think about the people out there who tells John Anik he needs to, like, get surgery on his labia? If you don't if you don't like it, stay out of the comments.
That's
Um,
facts though.
but
People
but
are gonna
that's
talk
not
shit.
reality.
But it is reality. Like
But
like like for you to go in the comments, you are making a conscious choice to go and read the comments. Like, for example, Joe Rogan talks about he never reads his
Yep.
comments.
Yep. Joe
He
Rogan said it
always like,
best. Don't read the comments.
you know,
Just
stay out
just
of the
be yourself
comments.
and stay out the comments. That's
but
facts.
but let's be honest. We're acting like these people aren't regular human beings just like us. And we start to place people like, oh, you're this person, so you should do this and you should do that. Sure, Joe Rogan's been able to do that. Joe Rogan probably isn't even on his phone. He's a completely different person, right? But like the average person, this is why Chris Curtis had to completely deactivate his page, because he can't stay out of the comments, because he is looking for all the negative trolls inside of his comments, bypassing all the positive comments, right? Um, like, people are human beings, they're gonna look and see. So when he gets on Twitter and he has at John Anik this whole time, and people are talking crazy and reckless, like, it's like they're still humans, like, regardless of what their status is. Like, no, he sees it. And so for me, it's just like, these people would never come up. These are the same people that 5 minutes later will go and be like, oh my god, John Anik can take a fucking picture with them.
Yep. Exactly.
For
Like,
sure.
Like it never even happened.
I don't know, but I guess for me though, I would say, like, with the fortune and fame, because you don't have to have both. There's a lot of people out there who's rich as fuck, who don't got the fame, right?
Mhm.
But you want the fame, you got on, John Anik specific. Like, I'm not a big John Anik fan, just in general, you know. But like for him, for example, if you go to any of his pages, it's always lead UFC commentator. You know what I mean? Hey, you want the title? Smoke comes with it. No
Mhm.
matter what position or authority figure that you have, even if it's your boss at your job, right? There's going to be criticism directed toward you, by some people, no matter what. That's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of humans. You know what I mean? You got to be a little more thick skinned and be like, hey, man, I need to have self control, right? I need to have self control and set on my motherfucking comments if I don't like what's being said. You heard?
Man,
and
he should just be thankful he ain't Dominic Cruz, bro. Because if he read the comments that Dominic Cruz was getting, if those was directed towards him, that man would have jumped out a window. Because people be hating on Dominic Cruz.
He's my
I
favorite.
he's
He's
my
my
least favorite.
favorite pundit. I love Dominic Cruz.
He is like dry white bread on a summer day, just stuck at the roof of my mouth. I like, he's very smart, and he does break down the basics very well, and he is very insightful, but he's boring as shit. He adds no kind of life to the commentary when he's, and if it's him and Bisping, they're gonna argue with each other the whole time,
I love
like
it.
jabbing each other.
I love
Ugh.
it. I love the jabs that they throw at each other. I think Dominic Cruz is the best analyst that they have. As
Mm,
far as saying exactly what people are doing, you know what I mean, or what people are
yeah.
trying to do.
Co-
He's the best by far.
Conor McGregor getting Khabib tired. He's trying to tire him out.
Uh,
That's so funny.
but yeah, that it is what it is. John Anik is here. This weekend, let's hop into this weekend's card real quick. Before Damien's got to get out of here. It's a sneaky it's an okay card. Like, I started looking at it, I was like, wait a minute, I hadn't looked at it to see who was on it, but Roman Dolidze going against Nasruddin Imavov. I mean, it's a solid card. I feel like Roman had good momentum coming in, but who did they take his fight from? He fought somebody and I felt like he won. Yeah, Vettori. I thought that he beat
Oh, I
Vettori.
remember that one.
Yeah. Which, where the fuck is Vettori? We ain't heard shit come out of his mouth.
Thank
That's
God.
why.
But
There's
we got
only. Yep.
go ahead.
I would say there's only one fight on this entire card that I care about.
Really,
It's a
Money
co-main event.
Moicano?
Money Mukano against Drew Dober. Like
That should have been
these
the main
are
event. Let's be
that's
honest.
facts. That's facts. Listen, these two are dogs. They're about to go swing and bang all day.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Randy Rude Boy taking on Muslim. I ain't gonna try to say his last name.
Pronounced
Uh,
Bob.
Salikov.
Bob.
Salikov.
Bob.
Randy
Salikov.
Brown about to get humped.
And y'all know how I feel about Natalia Silva on this pod. Always riding with her. She's nasty with the hands. I'm happy that she's, now she's finally ranked. She's ranked number 9. She's taking on number 7, Viviane Aju. If I look at their names, then I can't say it. But like I know their name, but as soon as I see it, I'm like, goes out the window. So I'm excited to see her finally get on the main card, and hopefully, she goes out there and does her thing and just continues to win.
She a heavy favorite.
Yeah, cause she's that girl. Man, listen,
Who's
I want to
that
say,
girl?
all 4 of her fights have been finishes, or no, her last fight was a decision, but she was styling on her. But yeah, her last 4 fights inside of the because she's the one that beat up. Once again, if y'all have not already, go back and watch her versus Jasmine Jazz Davidicus. We know Jasmine just had that moment where she went through and was beat the crap out of that girl in Canada. But go back and watch this fight. This was Silva's debut, and she was styling on Jasmine Jazz Davidicus. She looked like a young female Izzy. It was amazing. But yeah, let's see who else. They didn't put your girl Molly down here. They said we're gonna put you on the prelims. Like nobody knows who this is right here. The Russia versus Uzbekistan. No, I don't even know how, we've never seen these people. I don't think we've ever seen these people. And they still put Molly on the prelims. Why they do that?
Yeah. I mean, at
They
least
got
she's
Thimba
headlining.
down here.
She headlining the prelims.
That's true. They got Thimba down here, aka the man that the Rock bought a house for.
Must be nice.
Hey,
Yo, Rock, shout me out. I need some shine,
did?
baby.
I don't know that story.
Oh yeah.
Well, he when one of his second to last fights, he only had $50 left. I think $7.50 left in his account, and his family was still over in Zimbabwe and stuff. And he was sleeping at the gym or whatever. So when he won, he also won the bonus, and he was like, "Thank you so much. I only got $7.50 in my account." Blah blah blah. And then he posted it. Like he posted a screenshot. He really only had $7 in his account. And then The Rock just happened to see it, and bought him a house. He was able to get his family to come over here.
Dope.
Yeah, so
shout out to The Rock. See, we need more fans like The Rock.
Shit, I need more friends like The Rock. Fuck fans.
Hey. Facts. Hey, but
what, young blood? Let me help you out.
Thimba, put some fucking lotion on, my boy. Don't come out there like that again. Don't come out there like that again.
Where's CJ at? Where's CJ? Set that nigga on fire, bro.
Oh my God! No, remember because I was like he came out like he just took a bath with Ivory soap. Like,
oh my God!
Yeah, and I mean, aside from that,
came out looking like Thomas Peterson.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So I mean, it's an okay card. Hopefully, it'll be exciting.
Card looks terrible.
Yeah, but
hopefully it'll be some bangers. Let's say that.
Those are the sneaky ones.
Yeah,
those are definitely
the whole
sneaky
card
ones.
looks fucking terrible. Besides the, Mankato and Dolber. Like other than that, nothing here is even gonna get me a chub.
Stop it. Yeah, I just feel like the last until we get to 298, it's really just rough out here. It's really just rough.
Facts.
Like even this card is just. I mean, Dan Ige versus Andre Fili. That'll be cool.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But Michael Johnson's alive.
Huh.
But even that fight, like as like the the fight underneath the main event, like that ain't really. That ain't much. I mean, this one's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
it's
honestly, rough. Like, it's cool though. Like, saving all the good fights for the 300 and 299 card. I'm with it.
299 off the charts, boy.
I'm
Yo,
with
they
it.
they really out here trying to make sure that Sean O'Malley looks like a star. They trying to sell them papers. I mean, they have 299 looks ridiculous. 299 is what we thought UFC 300 was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they stole a good amount of fights from UFC 300 that should have been on
Oh yeah,
That
like
shine.
off top. I feel
Well,
like Dustin Poirier
bro.
versus BSD should have been on
Uh huh.
300.
Kevin
wait,
Holland, Michael Page should have been 300.
hold on. Before we start going off on other cards, and I know Damien got to shake the spot. We do have some overrated, underrated, properly rated
Okay.
Yeah.
that people slid into, and I want to make sure to get that out there.
Ready?
So we have from, let me get it right, at Ash Jellivan,
Shout
I
out
think,
Ash
on the
Yellowman.
ground. They said overrated. They got three for overrated, underrated, properly rated. First one is the favorite person that we love to talk about on this podcast,
Sean Strickland.
Ian Gary.
Duplessis. Oh. I feel
Skill
like we did
wise,
Ian Gary already.
mm-mm.
No,
I feel like skill wise, he's properly rated. I mean, I don't really know what his rating is right now because so many people have been crapping on him. But as a fighter, I mean, he looks good when he fights. We can't deny that.
oh, I don't really be like staring at him like that, but you do you.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sky. From what we've seen, he handling his business. Now, the last fight that he pulled out of, that would have been like, the one I feel like that would maybe move him up a little bit, but yeah, I feel like he's probably rated. He's good at a distance management, being a
Because
long fighter.
what is he like? 6 right now?
Let me take a look.
I think he's higher than that.
If they got him at 6, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think he's
Ian
like
Gary's at 10.
8. Oh
10?
yeah.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
thought
he's
he
at
was
10.
ranked higher.
He ain't fought nobody.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he fought with Neil Magny in the top 15.
The ultimate gatekeeper.
Hey, Neil Magny stood on business. Hey, shout out to Damien. Damien
Hey,
did-
wait. and
I was not.
speaking and
Go
speaking
ahead.
of Neil Magny, he's on the list as well.
Oh, is he?
Underrated, overrated, or properly rated. Neil Magny.
I think he's properly rated. I don't think people rate him too high. I don't think he's underrated by far. He's just Neil. He's just there.
Mhm.
I think he overrated.
Speak
Okay.
on it.
Overrated. Just because he be winning decisions, pop shot, and using that distance. I mean, he finished old boy when he was looking like he was finna lose that shit. But he finds a way to get it done though. So that's the thing, man. He just be winning. I don't know, man. But it's not like fun or exciting. Like you're not, you know, paying money to go see Neil Nagby.
I'm weak. I'm weak. Then we
Yeah,
got
so overrated.
the one
What
and
about you,
only.
Jace?
For me, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think this motherfucker's overrated, bro. I don't even know why he's assigned like the gatekeeper. He just
He has
fights.
the most wins in welterweight history.
He just fights a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
Winners win. He could be a loser. He could be Sam Alvey out here, but he's
Damn!
winning.
Shout out Sam Alvey.
hey,
Always
hey,
got a smile on his face, win or loss.
hey, that's the heavyweight champ. What you mean?
Shout out Combat Karate.
Yeah, your boy got the belt around his waist. Stop playing with that man. Put some respect on his name. You feel me?
Cause he been getting the fucking brakes beat off of him by the UFC's top contenders.
Top. More like sideways contenders. His last like 5 fights, I don't even know. He was just out there smiling until
He
he got
lost his
tested.
last 8. He lost his last 8 and was getting knocked out. Gerald Meerschaert knocked him out.
G3.
Who's
Damn. Next on the list, we got the one and only OG Bobby Green.
Hey,
I'll start this one off. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This nigga's overrated.
I knew you was
Nah,
about
he
to hate on
tripping.
Bobby.
He
I'm not
tripping.
hating on Bobby. And listen, I like Bobby as a person. I like him talking. You know what I mean? But if we're just talking about actual skills, actual just skills, you know, like I don't I don't even rate him higher than Michael Johnson.
What?
That's weird.
How, that's crazy. You talking
That's
about
crazy, bro.
frozen, light as a feather, thin as the board, Michael Johnson?
I'm talking about first round Michael Johnson. Stop playing. Y'all know he first round. He's the most first round fighter of all time.
Bro, yeah.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say he's properly rated as well. Like I
Mm.
feel like I don't feel like he's overrated. Like we don't think that he's going to be a champion anytime soon. And I don't think that people think that he's the worst. I think he's properly rated. Like we know who Bobby Green is. He's coming there to have a good time, put on a good fight. He's gonna have his hands down. He's gonna be a good
Mhm.
time. Like he's gonna put on a good fight. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think properly.
yeah, same. I'm with you on that one. He's probably rated because he's been doing this shit. He's been moving on up. That's why he's been getting these harder fighters. Pause. But but the man is exciting to watch. Like I could see him on the top of the cards, like pay-per-view status. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, because he really be putting on the show. He be talking shit while he's fighting, hands down. You like, bro, you finna get slept.
Until you
And
get slept.
sometimes he does, but then sometimes he be catching them with some sneaky shit. So he's fun, man. He's fun and exciting. I like watching him, and I feel like he carries himself properly too.
Like a
Nice.
real nigga.
Yeah, but also like respectfully though.
Yeah.
Like he respects you at the end of the fight. He'll talk shit during the fight. He'll talk shit before the fight, but at the end of the fight, he'll dap you up and then tell you good shit and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Word.
That's absolutely important. Well, Damien, we know you got to get out of here. We
Yeah,
don't want to
I
hold
gotta
you.
slide.
Yep. We'll see
But
you
yeah,
next week.
thanks for having me on, y'all.
All
All right,
right.
white
See
guy.
ya.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
It's the trouble too.
And then there was two.
Oh man. I wish we had something to argue about.
We don't have anything to argue. We don't have to argue. We can have kumbaya. We can have kumbaya. So let me ask you this. What do you think is like the ace in the hole for the main event for 300?
I feel like they gotta go either Connor versus Chandler or Izzy versus DDP. If they announce Bilal versus Leon, the fans will lose their mind. That's not 300 main event worthy. That's that's not even headlining 290 whatever 302 worthy. Like
That's a good fight night. It's a good fight night.
yeah, so I think they have to pull something out their ass. I mean, possibly if Alex can make I mean, what did Alex fight?
Pereira?
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely is good to go.
Yeah, so I mean, he could get inside there. I mean, I don't think him versus Ankalaev is getting anybody hyped up
No.
either.
It would have to
But
be. It would have to be in him versus Izzy at light heavyweight. That's
yeah,
that's. I mean that's the only one that makes logical sense, right?
yeah,
Not even Izzy against DDP. Like no, and I don't think DDP is
yeah.
going to be ready. Like there's no way. There's not a commission that's going to clear him to be ready to fight. And if I'm DDP, I'm sitting. Hey,
I
my
just
ankle
got here.
hurts. You know,
Hey, I just got here.
let me go. Let me make my rounds. Let me get my media. Let me show up at other fights. With my hands in the air. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man. I'm DDP, bro. I'm not fighting until at least International Fight Weekend if I'm him.
And that's what they really should do it. Him versus Izzy at International Fight Weeks. Let me sign some checks. Let me.
Yeah, something. No, I seriously, I think it's gonna be Connor. I think they're gonna move up Connor.
They have to.
It just because right now, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's missing. You know what I mean? Like I'm still, and I'm sure you agree. I'm still looking at 299, going, damn, damn, damn. You know what I mean? And I should feel that way about 300. If
Yeah.
anything, maybe they should have came with the 298 card and put that at 299.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, because like you and I could take another quick look at 299. Like $299 stole a lot. I don't understand the rationale behind. I know they're trying to hype Sean up. Sean's not that guy, and his fans are young and they stream. Like, and that's why they're trying to like put these other people on here. But Dustin versus your boy BSD should have been on 300. I mean, how can we get a more 300? The dude looks like the guy that starred in 300. BSD. Like, come on now. Like, how is he not on there?
What's his name? For fuck's sakes, I know his name. Gerard.
Yeah, something like that.
Gerard. Don't look it up. It'll come to me.
Okay.
Bring up 300.
Like the card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of what we have so far.
Let's see.
Because at this point, like, I feel like they need to announce. So I think 100% sure Leon and Bilal is going to be there.
They're going to have 4 title fights?
I mean, 200 or 100 had 3 title fights.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, right now they have, if they put Bilal in them on it, that would be 4. Because technically, you know, the BMF is 5 rounds as well. Like.
Yeah, but kind of almost like Uncle Chell said, just slide it in there because no one's really like we agree that like no one's super hyped about that fight. We can get into the semantics about who's deserving, not deserving. That's fine, but like that really card should never highlight or headline anything, I guess, unless it's in London itself, right?
Right.
So keep going down. Oh, Diego Lopez is on the card. When the fuck did that get put on there?
Last week, I think like Friday or something.
Oh, I fuck with Diego Lopez.
Yeah. They're trying to get him in the top 15.
So gym member, Bolly Green, like so I almost want to say like 300 is just like it's really good. It's really, really, really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. Oh my god! So do you think us as MMA fans are just being like selfish? You know, because we don't have that big star on top of the tree? Because if you look at it as is, like it's crazy. It's crazy to think that you'd be opening, you know, a prelim fight night with Bobby Green against Jamel. Like that's fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kayla Harrison's debut coming on here. Davison Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. I mean, Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. Yuri Prohaska versus Ratchik, who's finally back. Charles Oliveira versus Armin Sarukian. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Zhang Weili versus Zhang. Like if you, and they're gonna put something else on here, but like if this didn't have the 300 stigma, we'd be like, oh man, like y'all not playing. But the problem is that we've hyped it up, and Dana is a part of this. He told us we were gonna look at the 300 card and be like, wow. And you got us hyped. And now I think we just so spoiled. You know what I mean? But once again, a lot of this is us fans, like, we do have high expectations. But a lot of it is like when you started putting all of these fights on $299, it started like you took a lot of the air out of 300. I mean, at the very least, they could take I mean, look at 300.
299.
299. Like, it's crazy. Like, at the very least, they could have put Dustin Poirier versus BSD on 300. Period.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do that, you could at least put Kevin Holland versus MVP. You know, that way you got Kayla on there and MVP. I mean, and at the very least, people love Gilbert. You could have put Gilbert and Jack on there.
Peter Young, Song Yadong is going to be a banger, bro.
Look at
banger, bro.
Listen, when we talk about, we don't often give a lot of credit to like the cards that we would actually buy. First of all, pay for y'all pay-per-views. But this main event, you know, this is a main event that I would actually pay money for.
More than 300 right now?
Yes.
No, stop it.
Okay, am I tripping? Am I
Stop
tripping?
it. We just talked about how 300 is crazy.
Okay, let me look.
Everyone so far on 300 is a name brand fighter that you know of. There is no, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck are you, mate? Who the fuck are you?
Okay, let me see. Zhang Weili versus Yan. I'm not gonna act like I'm super excited for that because I'm not.
I'm excited for that. Zhang Weili, like y'all know, I fuck with Zhang Weili. I always pick her. I've never picked against her, nor will I ever.
Facts. I mean, this is Asian on Asian crime,
We
so we
like
don't
it.
just yeah. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Y'all already know.
What more do you want?
What more do you, a train wreck? Charles Oliveira versus Armin Sarukian.
What more do you want?
Yuri
That could be a
Prochazka-
main event.
That definitely probably should have been. Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Ratchet. I'm not like super crazy about that. I mean, I'm happy he's making a comeback. And Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain. Obviously, they're going to put something big on top of this. But when I'm just looking at this, but when I'm just looking at this, and then I come back over here to $2.99, I don't know.
I mean, so I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not super thrilled to see Burns against JDM. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fight. I know both guys, but like stylistically, I imagine that to actually be a pretty boring fight. Where I know like O'Malley Vieira, fireworks. BSD Poirier, fireworks. Holland MVP, fireworks. Scroll down the one after that. Peter Yang, Song Yudong, fireworks. But like their undercard is light. First of all, no one ever wants to see Curtis Blades in life.
Or Jailton Almeida after what he did to Derek, just laying on top of him.
Yeah, no one ever wants to see Caitlyn against Macy Barber. They're both fucking trash.
I didn't know they had Gamrot and
RDA. Oh, okay.
That.
Now that's a surprise, but that's gonna be a grappling heavy match.
That's true.
Someone's gonna get humped.
Pedro versus Kyler. That'll be fun.
Banger.
That'll be good. Pereira, if he can make weight.
Michelle's about to get humped. Don't know.
CJ.
Always got a soft spot for CJ. His parents, shout out. His mom, cool as fuck.
Hey, shout out to CJ running in his last fight. Remember, that was his last fight. He was like, "Nah, I'm in San Antonio. Remember, he was running octagon. I gotta clear these webs." He ended up winning.
Facts.
Won.
Clear the cobwebs. Not mad at it.
Yeah, you're right. The undercard is less.
We're 300. There is no undercard. like if you take a look at 300 again, there is no undercard.
Yeah.
These are all, well, I guess Bo against whoever's about to get laid to rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But besides that, like there's like Cody and Figueiredo, that is a fight night main event. That's UFC Austin right there, main event. I'd be happy about that. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could say for Sadiq, and Lopez, you know what I mean? Bobby Green Jamila, that's a fight night main event.
Yeah. But even Sadiq and Diego, because remember Sadiq versus what's his name? Barboza, which was crazy. That was a main event.
I'm interested to see, and maybe you can shed some light on this. Like, who do you think's going to get the most pop? Like, people go fucking crazy for Diego Lopez. You know what I mean?
I think Charles,
people go crazy for. Jay Lee, people go fucking crazy for with her 22 words of English.
Your boy Max, because it is Hawaii. This is the ninth island.
Ninth Island in the house.
Crazy for Max.
People go crazy for Justin.
I mean, it's gonna be loud in there. And if they add Connor, and Chandler to this card, chef kiss. Like just do it.
It's going to be either something involving Connor or something involving Izzy. Like those who that is 100%. Those are the two probably biggest stars in the company. Mm-hmm. One of those two guys is going to fight on 300, and that's going to be the ice. And then we, as the MMA community, are gonna finally say, okay, fine. But if you put Bilal and fucking Leon Edwards on there. All right, it's just gonna get shit, on the entire fucking card. It's like having this like great fucking meal, you know what I mean? Some 5-star course meal, but you're eating it like outdoors in Florida. Yeah. Like you're swatting at fucking gnats the entire fucking time, and people just won't be as hyped.
Yeah, no, I mean it would diminish the card in a way that it's not even worth it. Don't do it. Like, it would actually make the fans, like, as a fan, I would feel like you're trolling me.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking trolling me. Like, you waited this long to give Bilal a title shot, and then you're gonna put him on 300. Like, come on, come the fuck on. Like, you're being funny right now. What a time! Like I said in the last pod, what a time it is to be Israel Adesanya. Because here you have, like you said, you could go to light heavyweight. You could stay at if DDP was healthy, you could do that. And then there's Chandler. I don't know what they're gonna put up there, because even if we just look at like the champions, we know that your boy Islam is hurt. I mean, Pantoja could fight, but that's not 300 worthy.
Yeah. Plus, he shouldn't have to fight. He just fought.
Yeah, exactly. Who
Volk
else?
is not. Islam is not. Leon.
It's only Alex.
DDP's not. Alex is.
and
John Jones is
Aspinall.
hurt.
But Aspinall is not 300 headlining worthy either.
Well, I mean, I heard they were trying to do Aspinall versus Stipe, but Stipe turned it down. Like, I'd have been cool with that.
As a headline, Stipe?
Put some respect on Stipe's name.
Yo.
It's the greatest UFC heavyweight, not the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. That goes to Fedor. But the greatest UFC champion of all time is Stipe.
So him being killed by Francis just didn't take any shine off.
I mean, he did lose, but I mean, he also did beat the shit out of Francis as well.
He hasn't fought since March 27th of 2021.
Your boy fights once every 2 years. We already know that.
I mean,
when's the last time he fought 3 times in a year? Like,
when he was
high school?
Yeah, probably.
I'm just saying.
I do wish that Amanda was still fighting. I would have enjoyed to have Amanda as the not the main event, but as the second one, considering it's supposed to be John Jones versus DC at 200, and then obviously we know that your boy couldn't stay off the white horse. And so then
white horse.
So that's when Amanda Nunes won her first title, and kept her 135 title until she retired. So I thought that would have been dope. Like
that would have been crazy if they would have announced Amanda against Kayla. That would have been fucking crazy. That'd been
Take
crazy.
My money. Take my money.
You'd have went, even though your boy Max is fighting on the card.
Listen, if Connor's on this card, I'm going.
Wow. Even though Max is fighting.
If Connor's on the card, I'm going.
Let me ask you this before we kind of get on out of here. Why do you think Max took this fight? What does he know? Like, wait. And it wasn't that he took this fight, right? Like, he put it out there in the sphere to get the fight.
I think, well, first of all, he wanted to be like, I've watched all of his most recent 3-4 interviews. He wanted to be on UFC 300, period. Because he was in the league. He was fighting in during 200, but obviously, wasn't big enough to be able to be on there at the time. And so now he really wants to be on there. And for him, he said that he sees it as opening up options. He's like, because they went for the title fight with Volk and Ilya rather than doing the interim, he's just like, I need to give myself options, you know what I mean? Because he thinks that Volkanovski is going to win 145, and he still wants to fight Volk, but he doesn't want to sit. So everybody, we have a lot of people who just want to sit and wait for the title shot, right? And his whole thing was, he fought August. He's healthy. He's fine right now. Like, he doesn't want to have to wait until Alex and them fight, and then maybe they'll be able to fight by International Fight Week or whatever, that whoever wins is able to fight. And there's no guarantee that he even gets the title fight after that, because if Volk wins, then you're screwed. So he's just like, hey, man's got to make money. Man's got to fight. Might as well go for the BMF belt. Might as well fight on UFC 300. And yeah, I mean, honestly, the closer that it gets, the more confident I get in it. Before, I was petrified. But I got something coming for y'all because I've been in the weeds. I've been digging in the weeds about this. But I'm waiting because I'm gonna be the only person on the internet going for Max Holloway.
Nah. It'd be a lot of people. I think a lot of people will root for Max Holloway, right? I just think a lot of people don't expect him to win.
Yeah, and when he does win, I mean, the door's open because at that point, Justin was next. Justin was next for the title. The real question is, why is Justin taking the fight?
Well,
Here.
I watched his interview.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch his interview?
I've seen a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah, where he was just talking about like what he was doing the MMA math. Like your boy Islam only fights twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was talking about how he's 36 years old. And saying that like he might not get to fight again until at the earliest November. He goes, that'd be over a year or almost a year and a half of me not fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Twilight of the career. Let me get this money.
Yeah.
If I think Justin has 2 to 3 fights left.
Max.
Max Holloway.
Like
that's it.
Yeah, he has the Max fight. If he gets a championship fight, and he might defend once, and that's like it.
I don't even think he'll defend it. He might just retire and say, I got where I needed to get. Low key though. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say low key though, I hope he doesn't get it.
I feel like the UFC is entering into, I think we talked about this before a little bit, but they're entering into a zone to where all of the big stars, they're aging.
Yeah.
They're starting to get older and not aging gracefully. Who's next, like in your eye? Like who's young and next that you're like, okay, we can build something truly around this fighter?
There's only one. BSD. Did you hear your boy Joe Rogan commenting about him?
I did.
He's got furnaces. That man's a killer. That man's a killer. You know what I mean?
I love the way Joe Rogan says that.
Oh my god. And the thing is, like, as much as I, like when Justin fought Faziz, I was like, oh, this is like a really good fight. Like I know Faziz is gonna have to do a lot because Faziz, I think, actually could go down to 145. Like he's a pretty small guy, But like BSD coming in town, bruh. Like I'm feeling like he is going to fuck Dustin up, and I I like Dustin. I know a lot of people don't out there on the internet for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah, they just a lot of people just seem. Well, I think people are just tired. Like I was watching Justin's interview, and he was like, he's in the comments. He knows that people are getting tired of people just holding places. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Dustin for actually taking the fight. He's about to get fucked up. Listen, this dude's here for blood. You know what I mean?
Coming off that KO.
Back-to-back KOs, like damn, dog. I feel like, and I know Dustin's thinking that like this is his last shot, which I think actually his boat's already sailed. If I was Dustin, actually, I would move up to 170. Like he's huge for the weight class. There is opportunity at 170. You know what I mean? Like all you got to do is fight 2 people and you're there for a title shot, or just step up and say, you know what, fuck it, let's run it. Shamrock or Shavkov, where you at? Because still no one wants to fight that man,
Facts. I think if Dustin loses this fight, especially if he gets finished, I think that's it. I think
you think he retires? That's it, or you think that he just becomes the fan friendly?
I think he retires unless he can get one more red panty night. Because hey, you get beat up, and if Conor wins, whatever, you be like, hey Conor, I bested you in the last 2 fights. You broke your leg. Like he could work in a last minute little fight, and people will pay to see it because the Conor fans are still upset about him breaking his leg, and they truly feel like Conor was going to come back and win that fight. So, but I think in general, if it's not a Conor fight, if he loses this fight, especially if he gets knocked out, he's done.
How old is Conor now?
I want to say like 34 or 33. Let's see. uh 35. That 35 is creeping up on all these stars.
Here's the thing about Conor, man. If Conor wins this fight, he's fighting for the title.
Facts.
100%. That's it. All he has to do is win. He leapfrogs everyone. Everyone's gonna be fucking bitching, moaning in their feelings. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna be so in their feelings. Oh, this dude is 1-4 in his past fight. All that bullshit y'all was talking about. Fucking
Meow, meow, meow. That's what he's gonna do. Meow, meow, meow.
the double champs fucking here. The double champs fucking here. You know, all that shit y'all talked about Kobe being like, you know, but no, Conor wins this fight. Doesn't matter. He's lost his last 3 fights. He's fighting for the title.
Yes.
UFC is hoping and praying. Because then if Conor wins, they'll do it at fucking maybe UFC Nombre.
They would be absolutely ecstatic because now you have Habib's prodigy, right? Taking on Conor. This is Conor's second chance at it. You have Russia. The numbers that pay-per-view will do, because we know Conor versus Habib is the second largest selling pay-per-view ever.
All time. Yep.
Yeah. You know, so that would do crazy numbers.
Facts.
And your boy Dana, I think he would just actually just put his nuts on the table and just be like, it's Conor. Who cares? Like, I don't even think he would try to justify it and try to make it sound. He'd be like, hey, it's Conor. Y'all know what comes with this.
That's facts.
Y'all
True
know what
words have
comes
never
with
been spoken. Never
Yeah.
ever. But overall, man, I'm just ready to have the fucking main event for 300, whether I can ridicule it, take a shit on it. I hope they just go. I'm gonna be honest. I hope they just slide in the Bilal and the Bilal and Leon thing, so I can get it out of the way. Like, I don't want it to be on a main event. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing exciting about that being a pay-per-view main event, especially for all of us out here who pays for every main event.
Exactly. Support your fighters. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. More importantly, back to a topic. And I know we have like a month before we get there to Volkanovski. Well, we got 2 weeks actually. About 2 weeks. I think Volk wins. I don't even think I know a bigger Alexander Volkanovski hater. At least one that actually admits to it than I am. But I think Volk wins, and I think people are gonna be like, oh, he's still that dude.
Let me ask you this before, because I know we're running close on time. Even if he did, let's let your fantasy land play out, right? Your fantasy land play out. Who does he fight next? Who's next at 145? Who's asserting themselves?
Nobody. 145 is shook.
Evov?
They trying to take everybody around Max Holloway.
Evov? But I mean, what is he ranked? 8th now? 9th?
He's ranked 5 now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would have to be him, right?
Yeah, which isn't, nobody's excited about that at all. Yeah, 145 has a problem. His name's Max Holloway. I know that the 145ers are just hoping and praying that like Max gets done off so that they could have some type of say in the situation.
145 has a problem. Is Ilia Topuria and new.
Hey, for the division, I support it.
Yeah.
Because it opens up everything, right? Now everybody in the top 15 has an opportunity, you know, to get a fight inside of there. Max gets an opportunity. Honestly, 145 is just moving so slow. Yair, I don't know how Yair and Brian Ortega are still up there. It's silliness.
They're calling for a title shot. Whoever wins, that fight's gonna. All right, I'm gonna get another title shot so I can lose again. Thank you.
Yeah. I think my main concern is that like you had Volk, he goes on this run, he looks so good, he has the skill set, and even though I don't like him because of the Max, I respect him. I respect his skill set and I respect the sport. And so when you have someone that's that good and you see their decline, it's hard to watch.
It's hard to
For
watch.
me. it's hard because it's like, damn, like, no, this dude is still the dude. And then like slowly you got to start realizing like, oh man, they're not the dude anymore. Like that's hard to accept.
Shout out to Tony Ferguson,
Oh God.
who blamed his last loss on a MCL tear.
I seen that. How did you feel about that?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Y'all know I don't fucking talk about El Kukui. You know what I mean? All of my favorite fighters have had fucking atrocious ends to their career pretty much. When I think about, like my top tier, like my actual favorite fighter, whether it's El Kukui, whether it's BJ Penn, like just terrible, terrible ends to their career. Father Time and still champion. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. It sucks. Well,
until then, we will definitely be back next week going over what happened at whatever this fight night is called. We'll take a look at that, and the Super Bowl's coming up. I'm sure that y'all go ahead and spam some hate for the 49ers.
Come on, man. Y'all got to root for the Niners. Okay? My homeboy done got it and more than enough times. I fuck with my homeboy. I'm low-key petrified, you know what I mean, for us to have to go against and stand on the other side of the field against Pat Mahomes. You know what I mean? So we need all the support we can get.
I'm going for the Niners. I think they're going to get it done.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here in Vegas. Let's go. It's going to be nuts. But that's in a couple of weeks anyways. Until then, we are out. Peace.
Peace.